That is none other than, you guys haven't seen him in a while, but AJ Marasco. AJ, say hi.
I'm over here. What's up?
Hi.
Long time no see.
So we actually, hang on, let me explain. Title of this video indicates not exactly, you won't be wearing a blindfold, but we're going to do the blind setup challenge, I guess. Maybe I've changed it since the time of me recording this, but you get the idea. So what I'm going to do is while he's out here messing around with his 4-wheel, I am going to go do something to his 2-wheel.
Oh no.
We have consented to this, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I didn't sign any papers.
He did. He signed his life away. It's basically my car now.
Oh no.
I get to destroy. No, I'm not going to destroy it. But what we're going to do is I'm going to change one major thing, and then the goal is you have to guess.
I have to guess it. I'm pretty good at guessing.
You have to guess.
I think I got this.
Is there a punishment if you get it wrong? You have to say TLR is the best car ever.
Nope.
On social media?
Nope.
So it's going to be fun. I'm curious to see if I make a change and then he's going to drive it on the track. How many laps do you get to figure it out? You don't get like minutes.
What?
How many laps?
Dude, this track is like what? I mean, what do you think?
How many laps do you get to figure it out?
Warm up. We you know how club.
Okay. Well, we have to put sets of parameters. How many laps do you get to warm up the tires? 2?
No.
3?
It's cold out.
Come on, we have to be reasonable here.
All right, 4.
4 warm-up laps.
4 because it's so cold.
By that time, okay, so you have 4 warm-up laps.
Laps.
It is pretty cold today for us Floridians. It was like, what, in the 40s today? Something like that. Yeah. So it was a little chilly. So tires, it takes them a little bit longer to get warmed up. So I'll give you 3 warm-up laps. That's it. Final offer. 3 warm-up laps, and then you get 2 heaters.
3 1/4.
3 laps, 2 heaters, and then you get to take your guess.
All right.
Fair?
Fair.
All right, so that's 5 total laps. I
right.
think that you could do it in 5 laps.
I asked for 4, but
all right.
Yeah.
So go drive this pile of garbage.
Good car. This is a carpet car.
Yeah, it's your carpet car.
Carpet car.
He's ridiculous. So he's going to drive that, and then I'm going to go mess with his 2-wheel, and then we'll get this thing rolling. Let's go mess with his 2-wheel. So here we have AJ's 2-wheel, and I think what I'm going to do to start is I want to do something to make his steering way different than what it was. So right now, he's running this bottom shock eyelet all the way out, and I'm going to flip it and move it all the way in and see if he notices the difference. So here we go. It's on the track. AJ already tried to cheat and tried to get me to tell him what it was. All right, so you get, and if 3 laps is like too much and you get it immediately, we're cutting down your warm-up laps.
What do you mean get it immediately? Like hot lap?
Yeah, if you, no, if you're like, oh, I know what it is. So, no cheating. All right, come on, turn some laps. So you guys know what it was, obviously. So do you want to just give comments first on like what it's doing? Because that's the thing that I'm most interested in, is not necessarily what it was, but like just your impression. What was the car doing differently from earlier when we were racing today?
It seemed like the car middle of the corner, I had to drive it harder to try to get the car to rotate. Like it felt like it was like very slow. Like go in, middle of the apex, the car was just kind of dumping and just wasn't turning in as my car was before, so I know how to drive a little harder, so I kind of started to diff the car out a little bit more.
Okay, so overall you felt like the front end was different.
Yes.
It was grabbing, steering was very different.
Yeah, middle of the corner, like the car would kind of start to push a little bit, and then I'd try to drive it harder, and then when I try to drive it harder, it's different out the car, so it's just upsetting it.
Okay, so obviously not a good setup change.
No,
not at all. Okay, which was the point. I wanted to see how noticeable it would become. All right, so now's the time of truth for this one.
It felt like a whole change on the arm.
Whole change on the arm?
Yeah, that's what it almost felt like.
Okay, what would you guess?
It has to be in the front. It's definitely on the arm. I'm gonna have to say rear.
The rear?
Maybe the rear? Was it the rear? Did you go
a rear
out?
hole change?
Yeah, did you go
Final
out?
answer?
You're not giving me any answers here.
Come on.
Sure, yeah, I got nothing.
Hole change on. Okay, so it was actually a hole change on the front arm. Here, drive it over here. Dave, can you bring it up?
Definitely, I felt the arm though.
Yeah, so to explain, in case you didn't see it earlier, he had it in the hole that was all the way on the outside, and I moved it to the hole that was on the inside. And it definitely wasn't the way to go.
No, not for sure.
Right.
But hey, I was definitely right on the arm.
You were right. You were right. I felt like you were right, and then you changed your mind.
Nope.
No? Okay, all right. No, like you were gonna say front, but then you said rear.
Front, yeah, but
Yeah. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next one then.
All right.
Okay, so we messed with the front end. We're gonna put that back to where it was. Now I'm thinking I gotta do something to the rear end and see if he'll be able to figure that out. What I'm thinking so far is, let me show you. I'm thinking about getting rid of all of his rear toe. So taking this pill and basically flipping it around. Because right now, he has it in the one down and out configuration. So I think that we're gonna literally just flip that around up into the other corner and see how that feels.
One 17.5. 18.8.
Oh, it's coming, Bernie.
19.4. 21.8.
So it obviously looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
It was like
Greatest.
Donut City. All right, so in your own words, what was the feeling?
That rear end just did not want to stay planted at all. It seemed like it was almost, the rear end definitely wasn't happy, but it almost seemed like maybe the front end was too aggressive. Somewhat.
Ooh, okay.
Like maybe
interesting.
it was just too aggressive for the rear.
So the obvious end result was that the rear end became like non-existent.
Oh, non-existent. It didn't want any part of this track.
It was like corner entry and exit. It looked like it was just not happy at all.
It did not want to hook up. Like those tires were just not, like nothing was happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing.
Interesting. So, but then you also said that you think the front end got hyper aggressive.
I think maybe it was too aggressive for the rear.
Well, to be fair, I did put the shock position back to where it
Okay.
was, so I didn't keep that, and I didn't mess with that again. So I did change something though.
Oh,
so,
you definitely did.
Okay. Final guesses. What do you think?
It almost seemed like, definitely has to be something in the rear, I'm thinking, because it seemed a lot like it wanted to squat really bad. It seemed like really low. So I'm going to have to say, maybe move the battery? No? No.
That was a maybe. Come on. I'm not giving you anything.
Maybe move the battery. No, no. Ugh.
Should I give him a hint? I don't think so. Maybe on the next one, but on this one, just think about it. Think about what happened.
It squatted really hard. Maybe change the pills. Maybe change the pills. I'm going to go with pills.
Pills?
That thing squatted really
You kind of have to be specific though there, I think.
You took any squat out of the car.
Final answer. Give me something.
Pills.
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 And you say you took anti-squat out of the car.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, you can look at the rear end. You can tell me what I changed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all at one in and or whatever, one up and in.
So yeah, here, hold the car so I
Yeah.
can see it. So we talked about it, and I showed him doing it. But basically, his pin location was down and out, one.
Yep, down and out.
And I just did the opposite. I flipped it so it's one up and in.
Yep.
So then you can see that you basically lost all like rear
All the car
stability,
yeah.
on power, off power, everything got bad.
Well, that's what made it. I think when we run a narrow pivot in this car, it wants to rotate really hard, and that probably explains why I wanted to rotate really hard. But then I also saw the car like super low to the ground going into the sweeper there. So.
Interesting. All right. Okay. We'll do one more.
All right, I got that one.
So I'm trying to do changes on AJ's car that aren't so small it'd be very difficult to notice. We're going for some pretty aggressive changes so that he can immediately know there's something definitely different. And so far he's been pretty spot on with guessing what we're doing. This one may be more subtle or it might be aggressive. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but let me show you what we just did to this one. So on the front of the car, there's multiple locations that you can put this inner camber link. He had it in the middle position, but I've moved it to the furthest in position to create a longer front link. So it'll be interesting to see how this feels and what he thinks changed. You ready?
It's just a guessing game.
Okay, here we go.
$18.45.
So, talk about it. How does it feel?
Again, rear felt like I was squatting again, real hard.
Well, I put your pills back to the way they were. So that was not the change.
Maybe a spring change. Let's say a rear spring change.
Well, tell me more about like how it felt.
It just felt like car was like on the ground the whole time. It never wanted to like plant the tire. It just felt real soft and just. I noticed the rear just squatting real hard.
Okay. Do you want to take like another lap and think long and hard about it, or?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not going to give you any hints. Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Well, obviously, I did make a change, and I would say it's pretty major.
Ride height.
Oh, interesting. Ride
I'm gonna
height.
say ride height. Maybe you lower the ride height.
Final answer. Ride height.
Final answer.
Okay. No, actually, here I'll show you. Take it. Look at the front end. Something about.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Link change. Long link.
Yeah, long link in the
Long
front.
link in the front.
Yeah, that was it. That was the only change I made. I just moved it from
It
the
just still
middle
felt
to the outside, or the inside. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it just threw the rear end off, but the rear end still felt soft for some
So
reason.
it looked like, from just an outsider's perspective, when you would come into this section here, something your car's been very good at all day, it seemed like it just didn't do it as quickly. Like it
No.
was just taking forever to do it. So I could kind of see where you were saying the rear end felt off,
Yeah.
kind of in that sense. But to me, I could see the laziness on the track. Would you say that's how it felt, or no?
Yeah, I mean, now that you kind of say that, it definitely, the way I was driving before, how aggressive I could be able to drive this car, it didn't want to respond as fast enough, and I think that's what kind of threw the rear end off a little bit.
Okay, interesting. So, but definitely not a good setup change. Bad
Nope,
setup change.
Bad setup change.
All right, so that was kind of fun to just do some random big changes. Definitely my intent was not to try and make the car better, but to do something that was so big and then hear him explain it first and then see if it would lead him to the change in the end. Because to be fair, AJ is one of the most like knowledgeable guys when it comes to getting cars set up and working. He kicked my butt today at the club race by like a full lap and a half, I think.
Should have been more.
Should have been more, but he definitely knows his stuff when it comes to his car. So AJ, tell me, how did it go? Did we learn anything? Did we get frustrated? Was it fun?
What we learned today was don't let Ryan make setup changes to your car.
Yeah, definitely not
No,
those changes
I
for
would
sure.
not go with that.
No, but it's hard. It's definitely hard. I think, to be fair, AJ's car was so good to start that it's just about, I would say, almost perfect. Would you agree that you have it pretty much dialed into where exactly you'd want it?
Pretty much, almost perfect. Because the last time we were here was definitely like 80 degrees. So this is the
Yeah.
first time we were here with this cold track. So it was just pretty much a struggle this morning, and I just made a few adjustments. And I thought for the cold that it's pretty much the best it's gonna get. You know,
Sure.
coming down to driving the car and hitting the lines right.
So, what we did today and the big setup changes. Are you happy? Are you pleased with yourself that you got pretty close on the first two?
I did. Well, the second
Technically,
one
you did nail the second
I
one.
did nail the second
Yeah,
one, but
you
the
didn't-
first one I was close.
You were close. It was interesting. You definitely got it right halfway.
Right halfway. It
Yeah.
was on the arm.
I think if you just would have followed your heart, you would have got it right on the first
I
guess.
know. I should have.
Yeah, but that was fun. That was really cool to see the car obviously dramatically change on the track.
Yeah.
Got some footage of that to show the hyper donuts in the first one.
Oh my god.
And then, then the first one, it was just the front end was acting weird.
Yeah.
The corner entry was strange. And then on the second one, hyper
Donuts.
donuts. And then in the last one, how would you describe it? It was like lazy.
It was lazy-ish, but still like just never felt right. Just never felt like it was in the track.
Interesting. Well, maybe we'll get to do one of these again someday and try it with a different car, a different track. I don't know. It was a lot. It was fun for me. Hope it was fun for you.
Oh, it was fun.
Awesome. It's
Video.
been a minute since you've been in the video.
Dude, it's what, like 2015, the last video.
It was like 2017.
It's a cleaning video. I get it all the time.
I know.
Trust me, I get it sent to me.
But
Justin
so this was a lot of fun. AJ, thank you.
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun. We'll get you in another one, and then we'll show some highlights of you kicking butt. He's going up to CRC. Yeah. He's going to freeze his butt off up in Ohio, and I'm going to stay down here in sunny Florida with our little 60-degree winter here and no snow. So it's going to be fun. Thanks you guys for watching. If you have any questions, drop them down below. AJ himself will personally answer every no, he won't. But if you have questions, I'll do my best to answer them. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be it for now. AJ, do you want to do the honors and send
Dude,
us
I get
out?
to do it.
Do
This is
the
the
thing.
first
Do
time.
the
This is
thing.
the
Do the
first
thing. All right,
time.
come on. No. Do it
Wait.
again. Take two. All right, ready? Come
What do
on.
you mean take two?
You got to get up there. Come on.
All right.
Okay.